My wife, 36F, makes really decent money and is on the third year of her career. She recently went on a trip to Europe with her family. She paid for all of them. This included hotel, airfare, food, shopping, you name it. I had no issues with this. 5 months later, she said she is having a tough time paying down the debt, and each month it feels like the debt doesn't go down. I asked her, are you buying stuff for other people? With your salary, you should have X left over, or at least use those funds to pay that down faster. She immediately got mad and said it's none of my business, lol, and got extremely defensive. Before we got married, we basically agreed to both follow the 50/30/20 rule as it makes the most sense. I asked if I can see her Apple Pay and she wouldn't let me see it. Her sister, in her 30s who just got her first job, recently went through a tough custody battle and kept asking her for $. But I'm not talking a couple hundred, as lawyers are way more expensive than that. Fortunately, we have separate finances and just one account for joint bills. Comment 1, NTA. If you don't want someone to ask about your finances, don't tell them what a tough time you're having with your finances. Comment 2, NTA. Financial infidelity is a real thing. Spending irresponsibly is what she is hiding. To resolve this, she needs to open the books. You might find figures you do not want to see. Sorry. Story 2, ordering alcohol. I'm currently on a solo trip in Tenerife, all-inclusive, to save having to look for places to eat by myself. The hotel has club-style seating, meaning that all tables are tables of 8 and people get sat together. Apparently it's to encourage a sense of community and conversation. Last night, I was seated first and had a glass of wine. A family of 5 got seated at my table. 2 adults and 3 children. The mother turned to me and said, we do not wish to expose our children to women drinking alcohol. I smiled and said perhaps they should ask to move tables if it was an issue, but I would be drinking the wine. They noticed I was on my own and made passive-aggressive comments about this. I went up to get food and on return the wine had disappeared. A waiter came over and asked to see my wristband for the all-inclusive, and said the family had told them I was underage and must have sneaked away from my parents. He was very apologetic and returned with a fresh glass of wine just as the family came back with their food. AITAH for then requesting the waiter brought me the full bottle along with a couple of shots of vodka. The family stormed out the restaurant when I drank the shots as they arrived at the table. Comment 1, what family goes to an all-inclusive in Tenerife and doesn't expect to see women drinking alcohol? They will have to blindfold the children. Comment 2. You are an absolute legend for requesting the full bottle of wine and vodka shots. This level of pettiness is something we should all aspire to. Story 3, leaving dinner early after my boyfriend's friend introduced me as the current one. So my boyfriend, 31M, invited me to dinner with his old college group. One of his female friends, 30F, who I've never met before, came late, looked me up and down, then said, "Oh, so you're the current one. Cute." I was stunned. No one laughed, no one corrected her. My boyfriend just kind of chuckled awkwardly and changed the subject. I sat there in silence for another 20 minutes before excusing myself and leaving. I took an Uber home. He called me later and said I embarrassed him by making it a thing and that I should have just been chill because she didn't mean anything by it. He wants me to apologize to her for walking out like a child. Comment 1, NTA. The people who should be embarrassed are the friend who made the remark, and your boyfriend for not shutting her down. Comment 2, let me guess, she's the pick-me girl of the group that slept with them all.